Hello and good afternoon. It's Kelly Dahlbach, certified professional coach, registered dietitian, and entrepreneur with a passion and commitment to help healthcare executives and professionals exit corporate healthcare and make the impact that their heart desires to make in this world. Thank you for joining me today. Our topic to discuss and to train and learn about is the critical steps to complete before you leave your corporate job. I know that if you're here, you are curious about what is coming next. You're curious that you see very likely someone in your immediate family or immediate network or perhaps group of friends that has taken the leap into entrepreneurship. And I'm here to reiterate that you are not alone. In fact, a new Forbes survey actually shows that up to 47% of US healthcare workers plan to leave their positions by 2025. Furthermore, there is an economic report that shows that up to 50% of Americans identify as likely to have an independent stream of income by 2028. So there's no doubt that things are shifting, things are changing, and opportunity is arising. If it brings up fear, that's completely normal. It is the unknown, right? But the way that we get comfortable with the unknown is to plan, to have a plan, to take baby steps, and to de-risk the next opportunity. So with that said, I will share a little bit about my transition and how that looked. So when I was working in corporate healthcare, I can remember 6 months prior to me actually providing my date of resignation, taking place in interviews with my replacement. I breathed a tremendous sigh of relief when I knew that the business unit would continue to spearhead the company strategy. My team would have an advocate on their behalf. And that person that was coming on board was just as excited about joining this team, the future of their vision impacting the company, as I was about starting my next adventure. So, see, it's not win or lose. It is simply an evolution of giving someone an opportunity that is growth for them while you are taking an opportunity for growth yourself. The 7 months that I had to prepare both my future business as well as my existing employer for succession, financial forecasting, and transition was healthy. Thinking about this in comparison to how many employment terms are ended, quickly. It is absolutely no wonder we are in a constant state of fight or flight, fear over where our next paycheck's coming from, and living with unrealistic expectations. So if you're here, you're likely someone that is destined to take control of their own future. And entrepreneurship and becoming CEO is an incredible opportunity to do that. So creating and executing a plan when you're exiting corporate employment is the best way forward. It will allow you that relief, that control, that planning, so that this can be an enjoyable journey where there'll be ups and downs and surprises, of course. But are there not ups and downs and surprises in where you are today? So realize that you have to separate the real life component of experiencing real life from taking this transition into entrepreneurship. So understanding that there are steps and a blueprint and ways. Millions of people are starting businesses every day. Millions of people are starting to unpack their dreams and follow their path to fix healthcare. That is why I'm passionate about working with healthcare professionals. It's because those that I work with have an intention to help give back to the healthcare system, to help create more employee satisfaction, to help close care gaps, to help find caregivers the relief that they need. So the individuals that I'm working with have an intention to heal humanity in their daily work. It's just a matter of how they're carrying out that mission. So the goal for today is truly to understand what the necessary steps may be to exit your corporate job without putting your current role at risk. So, number one, separate why you are leaving from where you are going. Have you ever heard the saying, are you running away from something? Are you running towards something? The transition from corporate employee or healthcare professional to entrepreneurship is definitely a transformation, and it takes time. And I will be the first one to be completely transparently honest about that transition, the timeline, and the steps that I took to get on the other side. But there is a way. There is a way. You have to be in a mindset of determination for where you are going. So if you are in an unhealthy work environment and you need to get out of that work environment, but you need to secure income to start your path to entrepreneurship, then I encourage you to do that separate of starting your path to entrepreneurship, because you want to ensure that you have the mental capacity to start a business if you plan to work full time while you're doing it. So maybe it's starting with setting boundaries at your current place of employment. Start working on an exit plan. Network with individuals that have what you have. They are living the identity, or they are living the dream of freedom that you have. Start networking with them. Ask them how they've done it. Learn. But what I will tell you is spending time with individuals that are stuck exactly where you are is not going to boost your creativity in how to change your circumstance. Number two, create a financial plan. Let's be real, right? Many of you are very likely making six figures and beyond in your current role and have stock options, health insurance, vacation packages. This is a very, very real consideration when you are moving from corporate to entrepreneur. And it's very likely probably the number one reason people don't make the risk, because you believe, and you've been trained to believe in our society and in our own experience, because we don't have experience outside of it, that it is the most secure place. And I'm not asking you to change your mind from that, from where you are, but you can start creating security where you are going by creating a financial plan. Some of the things that you could do would be such things as scheduling a plan with a financial advisor. Discuss what your earnings may look like. Maybe you have an opportunity to do some consulting, some part-time. Maybe you're going to keep your job full-time. Maybe you're going to create a bridge job. A bridge job is actually a phenomenal concept that I highly encourage for someone that is in a super stressful work environment, but aiming to start their business at the same time while they're working full-time. A bridge job would allow you to do something that you're good at, captivate those top skills, your top 1%, and alleviate the stress and the responsibility of managing teams, managing multi-million-dollar budgets, allowing yourself to practice in a way that's comfortable that you can leave the job at the door when you check out at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or whatever your work schedule looks like, and be excited. Have that remaining mental capacity to work on your business. So identifying what that looks like. What does that financial plan look like from an income standpoint, from an expense standpoint? It's absolutely necessary to go through your financial statement. It's a great health check of your financial responsibility to do this. And if you don't do this regularly anyway, I encourage you to do it once, twice a year. Look at your bank statement. Look where you are spending money. So many of us go on autopilot on where we are spending money, that it's an opportunity to really determine where your values are, in addition to creating that savings plan for entrepreneurship or creating that bridge job. Any questions on number two, creating a financial plan? All right, number three, creating a roadmap to your six-figure business idea. So the number probably two reasons that I hear from individuals that keep people stuck in their corporate job longer than when they would like to transition out is because they're like, okay, I have this great idea, but I don't know if it's going to generate income. And I don't know how much income it has the potential to generate. Guys, there is a proven way to determine the likely success of a business concept. And I did not invent it. Friends, there's millions of books written on it. It's called market research and validation. You can actually do this yourself, or you can, if you want to pay someone to do it, you can outsource it to marketing firms to do the research on your behalf. So it is a proven formula and process that I walk my clients through when they come on board to ensure that they have a business idea that's going to stick. What are you fixing? Are you making creating a solution to a need or dressing a pain point? Those are the two primary reasons humans have initial buying concepts and buying power, consumerism, driven from those 2 points. So is your business meeting a need or aiding in a pain point? Ask yourself those questions as you're thinking through this today. But there's absolutely a roadmap to do it. I have like I said, a full formula, group of lessons, worksheets, market analysis, and to be sure to, again, de-risk. There shouldn't be a lot of guessing in this game. I know everyone calls it taking the leap of faith, knowing that what's on the other side is better than where you are. And there's a little bit of that, but there's also foundations of business skills and fundamentals that will allow you to be successful should you choose to follow the formula. The problem is most people don't follow the formula and they go out and do it their own way, and they don't execute on the fundamentals of business. Number 4, you have now decided that you have your 6-figure business idea, 7-figure business idea, product, service, or B2B, D2C, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. You've decided, you've gone through some market research, some high-level questions. Now you can choose a date to leave your corporate job. This is all determinant on you. But putting a date on the calendar will allow you the accountability to invest in a mentor, to invest in software, to invest in a personal laptop. I didn't even have a personal laptop when I started my business. So I had to create this idea and this plan and formulation of the foundation of my business in order to get my brain to believe it's real, right? You start with the idea, start feeding your brain information and facts about why it's going to succeed, and your mind will become more open to investing in it. Okay. Again, it's not taking a leap, it's executing tangible steps and making realistic next steps forward to within this journey. So you are the only one that has to know this date, by the way. I provided my employer, I believe it was 90 days notice. I started planning 7 months in advance. And I believe that both my future business as well as the business that I left was in a place, a healthier place for it. I was able to truly, truly focus on empowering those around me to ensure that there were someone responsible for every step and every task that I did at the end of the day. So I've heard so many times, I'm so worried about leaving my team. Don't leave your team high and dry. You're not fully responsible for anyone other than yourself, but I get it. You want to make sure that the individuals on your team have at least a way to rely on someone or a process or a plan. Not everyone has that luxury, but you can start thinking about that today. Put yourself out of your job mentally today and ask, what would happen? I will tell you that the business will go on without you. Sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings there. It's the truth. It's the CEO's job to make sure that no business is dependent on a single human being. But what would happen? The business would go on and all the employees and clients' lives would go on. But if you're someone like me that likes to build trust in their relationships, then you want to also put in a place that, to the best of your ability, security or processes or pathways for your team and for your clients to be taken care of in your absence. All right, number 4, have a business launch strategy. If you don't come from a sales or marketing background, this is going to be likely the number 1 wake up point. If you're building a business, or if you're even working with me and building a business, many people underestimate the actual statistics of marketing and consumerism. So it takes 20 plus times of someone seeing you, either directly face to face on a phone call, we will call them touch points, to begin to establish trust or desire, depending on the product or service that you're offering to provide. So that is so many times, and that is the real statistics. 2% of people from top of funnel will buy. That's actually probably high in most businesses, 2%. If you want to close 2 clients, if you want to close on 2 prospects, you need 100 of them in the funnel. Okay, those are real, true, hard marketing facts. So don't think that your business is not susceptible for them. Build a system to meet them. Okay, so leads, prospecting, and turning them into customers is a system. Businesses will not succeed on the back of a one-to-one, being you, the CEO, going out to try and have individual conversations and converting with them. You might be semi-successful, maybe get upper 5 figures, but in order to scale a business, you have to have a system. You have to have something that is not dependent on either your mouse clicks, your number 1, your face-to-face conversations, your networking events. You have to have people and processes going out there to generate leads on your behalf. So you want to know how that's going to work. Again, this is de-risking your transition from leaving your corporate job to becoming an entrepreneur. And maybe you say generally social media. Maybe you say generally I'm going to start a podcast. Maybe you say generally I'm going to help pharmaceutical companies with staff retention. Maybe you say generally I'm going to help working moms with children in school with something. So you may know generally where you're going to find them, but the clearer you are on how this process will work, the more comfortable you're going to be in the transition. I think that was number 5. Sorry, guys. I think they were misnumbered in there. Choose a date and business launch were listed as number 5. But that is the high level. There's lots of steps, totally doable. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Anyone that watches this replay or joined me live, I will offer you a deep dive free strategy session to vet out your business idea and your transition plan, specifically related to the steps that you may need to take to make this transition successful. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, shoot me an email at coachkelly@anucoaching.com. You can look on my profile as well and find that information. But just in the body of your email, mention this training and that you'd like to schedule that free discovery call on how we can plan your exit from your corporate job and your transition into becoming CEO and blazing your own path and making that impact that we all know healthcare needs. Okay, I'll be posting some articles and some facts and statistics later this week that talks about the individuals that are leaving healthcare, but they're doing things to improve healthcare. We have to get out of the systems that we're constrained by in order to have innovation created in the system. So don't think that you have to completely get out of healthcare and you can't help if you have that passion. You certainly can give back, but we don't want your livelihood to be put at risk because you want to do so. So look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for joining today. Namaste.